All right, so we are back with another episode of Johnny on the Track, and it's been a while. I apologize for that. We were talking before the show, Tyler and I had just graduated college and just got a full-time job. But there is not a better guest to have on this episode than Tyler Monn, the spotter, the number 5 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet, driven by Kyle Larson in the NASCAR Cup Series, and if we know, we're going to go back to Sunday, and Tyler just scored his second career Cup Series win. So first, I'm going to ask you first, just describe to me that feeling of being a multiple time winner, but let's go back. So the first time I reached out to you, it was early in the season. You hadn't gotten a win yet. And then kind of things came together. You just got your first win, and then you come on the show. Now we get you again. You just got your second win. So first, take me through that journey of just everything that you've gone through so far this year. And then on top of that, just give me the motion of, wow, holy crap, I am a 2-time winner in the Cup Series.
Yeah, I mean, it's been so cool. I mean, the first, I guess we're like 15 races now, and it's been a journey for a while. I mean, I feel like everything has gone so great, and there's no feeling like getting your first win when we won Las Vegas. I know I talked about that earlier, but just the past couple weeks have just been tremendous for this 5 team and everybody on it. I mean, we've been lights out, and I know we've had multiple second place finishes, but stage win, great points. We keep moving forward. But I couldn't ask for a better year so far. We've had our downs, but we've also had a lot of ups and I guess building momentum, keeping going. We're almost halfway through the season, and this 5 team is on a roll. And picking up our second win this past Sunday at Charlotte was huge to me. I had family in town, so it was pretty cool for them to be there, and awesome. Just such a crown jewel race. I mean, the Coke 600 miles. I went to it as a kid, and to pick up my second win, and historic second win, and to get Mr. H's 269 wins to pass that deal was huge, and I was glad to be a part of that. So yeah, this year's been tremendous, man. I couldn't ask for anything different. It's been so good, and everything's headed in the right direction.
That's awesome, man, and we're so happy for you. And I mean, I've tweeted a couple of times just rooting for you and showing my support to you and Kyle and everyone at Hendrick. I mean, obviously we've seen that's the team to beat this year, you guys and all those Hendrick Chevrolets. But talk to me. So you mentioned, the second place finishes, I think the last place maybe at Talladega when, you guys couldn't really get it started. So do you see that as like struggle, sort of like, oh man, like we're close, like we had it in Vegas and we've been so close? Or is it more of, well, the results are there, we just haven't found it again? So describe it to me.
I don't think necessarily such a struggle, right? I mean, you got to look at good things. If you were interviewing me last year and you told me, hey, you're going to have so many second place finishes, I would have been pumped, right?
Right.
Sometimes it is frustrating, right? But we know that we're there. We know that we have a good. Oh, sorry. Hang on one second. My phone.
No worries. Hey, the best part about a podcast is you can cut it out.
Sorry, that was my alarm to know that we were on. We kind of started early, but
no worries. That's good.
No, I just think that I don't necessarily think it's a struggle. And when we do have bad days, it makes the team stronger, right? Mm-hmm. We had a terrible day at Talladega, unfortunate events. But I think it shows what kind of team we are. You learn from something, right? You always take something good out of something bad that's happened.
Right.
And we've rallied on since then. And, finishing second place to me is, obviously you want to win. You want to win every single race you're in. But to finish 3 in a row, second place is it's just like, I mean, we're pointing our way there. It
Yeah.
shows that, hey, the 5 car is the dominant car almost every weekend, right? And Denny Hamlin's the same way. Denny Hamlin's been that way all year and hasn't had a win yet. And we're 15 races in. So, and it shows that he's had it very consistent. I think he's like 75 points ahead of us now in the points. We cut that big time, but, it shows, just to stay consistent. I think that's where our team's at right now.
So tell me this. So, like you said, we're about halfway through the season. We know where you are, 2 wins and a lot of races where you've gotten a lot of points. Has your team put it all together, or is there still more to come? Are we expecting, 5 more wins? Tell me a little bit about that.
I'm looking forward to the racetracks we're going to before we start our playoffs. We go to some good tracks that Kyle's at, and we'll revisit some tracks that we've already been to, I think. And looking forward this weekend. I mean, Kyle runs really good at Sonoma.
Yeah.
Hasn't won there yet, but always runs really good. I don't think we're done yet. I really don't.
Okay.
As a team, every week, I know I don't get to see, everything behind the scenes there. I see a good bit of it, and I know that each and every person at Hendrick, even not with the 5 car, everywhere else across the board, across the whole Hendrick organization, has been phenomenal. And and it shows, right? So right now, it's showing up, and we're not done yet. But I think we got to beat our teammates out, right?
Yeah, right.
I think that's who we're up against right now, and I just like at Charlotte this past weekend, William Byron and Chase were super good. Compared, with us. And I thought at some points that the 24 might have been a little better, but I don't think we're done yet. Back to your question. I think we keep digging, moving forward. We don't let up, right? You can't let up. You just got to keep on doing everything you can every single weekend to put yourself in positions to win. And whether it's running top 5, top 10, just stay consistent and be there. I think they all know that the 5 car is there.
Yeah. The fans know it. That's for sure. We know the 5 car is going to be there. So let's look at playoffs. What to you would be a successful season? What would be, I don't want to say a failed season, but maybe damn, we could have done better. We could have gone farther. What do you think at this point your expectations are in playoffs?
If you're gonna,
I
want to win a championship,
exactly.
right? I want to go to Phoenix.
Yeah.
I want to go to Phoenix. I want to be one of the final 4. I want to be there at the end. And I think right now we have the group to get there. And I think a lot of people look on us to get there. If we make it to Phoenix, obviously that's my expectation. I want to go win a championship. Anything other than that, it's been a great year, right? So if we get to championships and we have playoff races and we have some bad races and don't make it through that final 4, I don't think we can let our heads down. I think we have something that first year back for Kyle and first year for me at Hendrick, and we had a successful season so far, and hopefully we have more to come. But I look forward to. I want to go to Phoenix. I want to win a championship, and I know everybody on that 5 team wants to do the same thing. So hopefully that's where we're at in Phoenix, running for a championship. Right, put us a chance to go do it, and I think we can make our way to the Final 4 with tracks. Looking at tracks to the playoffs, I think we run really good at. I know you threw Talladega in there. That could be a hit or miss. And I know Talladega didn't go for us, obviously, the first time, but there's racetracks there that we've ran again, Vegas, Kansas. So we've been, dominant of that and play stuff like that. So I think we can, I want to go win a championship.
Hell yeah. I mean, that should be the attitude. Like, you can, guys can say that, right? Like any guy can say, I want to win a championship. But few guys like actually will be given that opportunity and get that chance. And, we've seen with the 5 team, I think just from a fan's perspective, we expect to see you guys there. and we
Yeah.
expect, I'm sure Kyle might rather want Miami as that last track instead of
Yeah.
Phoenix, but it is Phoenix, and we expect Kyle to put on a show as he's been doing every week. And yeah, so from that perspective, we're ready to see you guys there. That's for sure.
Heck yeah, I'm ready to be there. That's for sure.
Yeah. So let's go. I think it's 2 weeks. The first time back to Nashville for quite some time. What are you expecting? What's it like when you're going to like a new track, for instance, Circuit of the Americas, which I want to talk about because that
Okay.
probably
Yeah.
was insane. But like when you're going to a new track like Nashville, track, NASCAR hasn't been to for quite some time. What is it like in your mind? What are you expecting? And what goes through, like I said, your mind?
I think going to new tracks, Coda was one of it. Being Nashville, the thing about Nashville is they've been there before. It might have been, a few years back, but a lot of guys been there before. And I think it's a oval track, and I think it'll be a fun track. Me going forward, though, I've never been there, right? I've never been there as a spotter. I've watched races there, on TV, but
Yeah.
never been there in person. So for me, it's going to be a little different, and I think I'll do my homework a little different going into Nashville. I watch film almost every week, whether track we're going to or 2 weeks on down the road. I'm always looking at film. So um, I just watch Nashville a little bit and get a little, it's going to be different from with these cup cars compared to when, I think the Xfinity cars were the last that ran on
Yeah,
it. And
definitely.
so it's going to be different, but I'm looking forward for Nashville. I think it'll be a good track for us. I think it'll be a good track for Kyle. And looking forward to going. Nashville's such a cool city, I guess. And that go back to that track and haven't been there in forever is super cool. So really looking forward for Nashville.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a good watch, and we. It's funny, you guys have dominated the mile and a half this year, and so
Yeah.
it'll be good to see like a mile track and get
Yeah.
some parity back. And obviously, we're rooting for you, but man, you guys cream the competition. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, go.
It was yeah, Sunday was unbelievable. Like I said earlier, I thought we had competition there with 24, but like it's Kyle was so good once we get out front, pulled away. And to go win every single stage and win the race, I mean, it is pure dominance. I mean, it was very good. Kyle made it easy for me, my job, but yeah, pure dominance. Charlotte was so cool. And to win, yeah, like I said, at a home track, right? Where I'm, you know, literally probably 25 minutes from the track. So to be there, and my whole family was in town, so they got to go to the race. It was so cool. And they haven't really been letting the spotters get to victory lane
Yeah,
because of the whole COVID protocol. But I did make my way down there after the race and got
hell
to
yeah,
celebrate a little bit. So that was cool. It was cool
that's
to get back
awesome.
in victory lane, and like I said, going for 269 wins for Mr. H was tremendous. I mean, it's cool to be a part of that. It's something that always go down in history books. That I've always wanted to be on a top team, and to do it with Hendrick is pretty cool to break that record at
What if I
269.
had told you, Tyler, when you're a kid, hey, one day you're going to be spotting for Kyle Larson and you're going to get Rick Hendrick his, record breaking win. Like, what would you have said back then?
You're crazy. I don't know, man. It's so crazy. It
Yeah.
is. It's a dream come true, right? I grew up liking Terry Labonte, the 5 car. I was a diehard Terry Labonte fan. I grew up. These diecasts behind me. I have tons of Terry Labonte diecasts, and I just grew up. I met Terry Labonte with that 5 car, and when I got offered the job to be back on, or to be on the 5 car with Hendrick, it was just, it everything comes around. It
Yeah.
just was so cool. And yeah, as a kid I would have said, that's crazy. And I knew Kyle wanted to be the one to break the record. And instead, not Alex or Chase or William, he wanted it to be him. And I knew he said in his interview last week that hope it was him. And here we are. We actually did it together, and Cliff and everybody on the 5 team.
The thing I love about Kyle, and I love about, a lot of NASCAR drivers is, for me recently, I've been watching, I'm an NBA fan, so I've been watching the NBA. And to me, it doesn't seem like, when guys lose or come in second or, don't finish well, when racers and drivers, when they don't finish well and they come in second, they're pissed.
Right.
Sometimes, like you said, you get a second, you realize, hey, that's a great finish. I'm still getting points, but
Yeah.
damn, I wish I wanted to win.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
watching the NBA, man. These guys look like they don't care about losing, and
Yeah.
I'm serious about that. And that's one thing that I love about Kyle is like I can when you say that I can just see Kyle like I want to get that record breaking win, and
Yeah.
I don't want to finish second behind William or Chase. I want to get that freaking win, and
Right. Yeah.
I can just see that.
Oh yeah, that was him. I knew learning, knowing getting to know Kyle this year and being around him a lot, and he's competitive, right? I mean, um, everybody asks me what Kyle does for a hobby, and literally it's racing, right? He loves racing. I mean, he went on Monday, won a World of Outlaw race, and
Yeah,
so he don't stop, right? He just is nonstop. He's a racer, and I think he's been that way since he was a kid. And knowing him now and his background and everything, he loves to race. I mean, and he's competitive. I don't think there's anybody in the field more competitive than Kyle right now.
I agree. I totally agree. I think that that is a fact. I
Yeah,
truly
yeah.
believe that, and I think a lot of people, the fans on Twitter, they know that too. So I want to go. We mentioned a little bit about it, but Circuit of the Americas. Wow, that was a lot to watch as a fan. Just everything. Like, first of all, it being a new track and the hype around it, a Fox race, prime time, and then the weather, and then
Yeah.
the footage, and just everything. So first of all, take me through that day and everything that happened, and then take me, like, did you think at points like this is really dangerous, like we might need to stop this, or were you so focused like, no, we're gonna take this baby to the end, we're racing in the rain, this is awesome? Like, tell me what went through your mind there.
So to start the race, um, they put wet tires on. Everybody put wet tires on. Or sorry, I might have had that wrong. Maybe yeah. To start the race, they had yes, wet tires, and they did like a yellow, maybe 2 yellow laps before the race, and they determined, hey, if you want to change tires, you can. And I know that we did. We came and put slicks on. I know good people, a lot of people put slicks on, and some people stayed with the rain tires because it was kind of like it wasn't raining in the beginning. It was the track was dry, and there were some spots where it was kind of wet, but it was not terrible. Well, then once the green flag dropped, I think maybe 2 3 laps in, it's starting to pick up. Like the rain's picking up, so now everybody's pitting under green. We're putting rain tires on, and then the big wrecks happen right down that long straightaway, and with Cole Custer and I know Harvick and all that. And I knew Harvick wasn't happy. There's to a point where racing in the rain, yeah, it's cool, it's fun, right? But there's to a point where it gets too dangerous. And I think there was some, that the Cole Custer wreck and Martin Truex Jr. wreck was pretty dangerous.
That was a
I
bad
was so
one.
focused. I guess I was so focused in spotting that you don't really realize that until the race is over and you're looking back, right? You're sitting on the plane, you're trying to go back through the whole race, and you're thinking that, yeah, that was dangerous. Right? It was too dangerous. The standing water, the rooster tails, the whole. Somebody could have got seriously hurt. When NASCAR called it with Chase Elliott, it was raining super hard, and I
Yeah,
think NASCAR made the right move. They should have probably called it earlier when that wreck happened, but NASCAR made the right move. I really do think that, and it was bad. It was starting to rain a lot. Cars were hydroplaning, and Kyle even said, Kyle was running second, and I knew the whole situation. Chase was 2 laps short on fuel. We were good to go to the end. If it goes to the end, green, we win the race, right? But looking back now, it's just Kyle was rooster tailing or hydroplaning, and there was a lot of cars doing that. So with Chase getting the win, I mean, yeah, it sucks for us getting second, but right, you can't do I just think with the rain, it was so bad. And I think NASCAR made the right move. Looking back, that 100% they made the right call because we were poor. Like I was out in the opening, we were getting drenched. I had my rain gear on, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. And I'm like, man, hopefully I wanted to run to the end, but right, we have a shot to win. But yeah, once I got on the plane, it was definitely a different story, right? You just look back, you start thinking about what happened in the race, and I think it was a cool racetrack. I think
Oh,
Austin is a
absolutely.
great town. I think it's an awesome racetrack. Part of me, it kind of sucked that it rained because I think it would just been just as good of a race, dry,
Yeah.
completely dry, and for them guys. So hopefully when we get back there again, it's kind of dry and we get to run and see people in the race. I know that some people like the rain and some people didn't like the rain, but it was packed. I mean, people didn't
Yeah, it
leave.
was.
That's for sure. They
Yeah.
they loved it there. That it was cool to see the fans there, and they stuck it out. They stuck it all the way to the end. So yeah, Coda was a great experience. I'm excited to go back. Hopefully I'll get to go back and um, looking forward to it if we do. So I really like Coda. I thought it was a cool racetrack. I'm not a big fan on road courses, but Coda kind of got me a little bit.
All right, I like that.
Yeah.
I like a good road course. So tell me, how could you like see Kyle at points? Were you like struggling to see him? Talk to me about like your actual duty and job of like it
Yeah.
must have been crazy, right?
Yeah, so when we go to these road courses and the ones coming up, we have different spotters. Like, I was the main guy. We had two other guys, and there was parts where we lose them, the other spotter picks them up. But with the rain, it made it even harder, right? Visit Rooster Tail, when they drop the green flag and they're coming up the hill, we're looking straight on at them.
Oh, that's
You're
awesome.
like, and they're like pulling off to the side and fanning out 3 or 4 wide. There's times where you're like, I can't see you. Like, good luck. You know what I mean? That was a hard visibility wise. It was hard to see them guys coming up that way. But Kyle even needed to use us to know where his braking zones were. We had to give him certain like bridge marks where he knows where he's at on the racetrack because it was hard to see. So you're doing extra work. You're just not clearing him, letting him know what's around him. You're letting him know like, hey, you're at the bridge now. You can drive it here, just to let him know with the rain. It would have been different if it was dry, but a lot of work goes into it. And all of our spotters did a great job for us, helping us out. And yeah, it was way different. It's crazy, but we were so organized when to hand Kyle off and when to grab when you get him back. And
Yeah.
I think everybody did a great job for Coda, and we'll do the same thing this weekend for Sonoma.
How much do you think that is going to prepare you for the Devil's Triangle up there?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's just like
So wait, so
I think
is that one? Is it just you spot the whole triangle?
yes, it's just one
Oh my
person.
god.
So previous in the past, there's been two, which one person would stand in turn one and could
Okay.
see because like when we're looking, all you see is the back of the cars and like they're
Mhm.
like fanning out. You don't know which way. So there's some people do use two. We'll use one when we get there because I think you can judge it pretty good yourself. And I think Kyle is he knows his surroundings so well. Like, he knows there's places where we go to where I'll tell Kyle, like, hey, I need a little help off forward because, I'm looking at the car coming right onto me.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to do is clear him, and he's not. Right. So, yeah, Pocono's the hardest track to spot. Not the best track to go to, but I'm looking forward to it. I guess it is technically a home track for me being up in Pennsylvania, but yeah, it's not my favorite.
All right, so we'll end on this then. So it's not your favorite. So what is your favorite track? Or no, let's do this. What coming up are you most excited to go to? What track?
I'm really looking forward to go to Nashville because it's new, right? I really do like, watching. I always liked watching Nashville as a kid, when Xfinity cars were on there and I think the trucks were on there. Really looking forward to Nashville. I know we have a couple different races and I probably don't even know the schedule. I know the next three or so, but I know we go to Texas, I think, next week for the All-Star race. So that'll
Yeah.
be cool too. That'll be a race, right? You're not points racing. That's just one to go out, try to go win the All-Star race and have fun there. And I think that'll be fun also, right? You won't have so much pressure on you. You go out there. We're going to treat it like it's a regular points race, but
You race for $1 million.
everybody wants to win $1 million, right?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
So we're going to go there and do the same, but definitely looking forward to Nashville. Nashville will be a new track. And then we have a couple road courses, I think, coming up too after that. So a lot of mixing things, a lot of mix. And I wish we ran mile and a half for the rest of the year because we're so dominant.
Yeah, I agree. But hey, man, like I said, we're gonna be rooting for you. When you come up to New Hampshire, I'm gonna be at that race with family and my girlfriend.
Cool.
We gotta connect, man.
Absolutely. I'll be there. Just let me know. That'd be so cool. I like connecting with people, right? I like meeting new people, and you've had me on twice so far, so it's really cool. I like doing podcasts. I like getting on here. I like shooting shit, I guess.
Yeah, man. I agree. And like I said, I mean, this is the first one I've done in quite some time, but I'm looking forward to keeping it up. I actually have I've got an Xfinity Series driver coming up in a couple weeks, which would be awesome. And then that's the next step, is just each week getting someone in the industry, like a spotter, crew chief, driver. That's the next step for me. It's obviously, like I said, it's been tough, right? With full-time job and trying to find time, but this is something I love doing. Like I love shooting the shit too. I mean, it's
Man.
So
it's so cool.
Yeah, thank you so much. And it's good to see you. Good to talk to you. Good luck this week at Sonoma.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hit you up. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna hit you up when you come up north. All right.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, take care, man.
All right, see ya.
Yeah.